Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy, the only Pixel 19, the greatest ranker in the game, the best innovator in the entire community, that's right. Today I'm back with another ranking. I wasn't actually considering making one until recently, and that is because of the YouTuber. It's a very small YouTuber, some of you may remember him. His name is iDubbbz. He made a tier list ranking for fast food, which inspired me to do an album ranking in the style of a tier list ranking. For those of you who don't know, with a tier list ranking, rather than ranking every song from 1 to 40, which would be like the Instinct album, you instead have a list of categories from A to F, and then you have the S on top of A, which is like even better. And from there you can categorize rather than specifically list every song with its own individual number. I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not the most entertained when it comes to making rankings, but I thought because tier lists are kind of the meta on right now going on YouTube, that I could probably mash these two worlds together, the ranking community and the tier list community. In front of me I have all 40 songs represented by their own album covers. I had to kind of make do with an inverted image because the Sarawak EP by Slumberjack has 2 tracks that both share an album cover. So the inverted one is gonna be Closure and the regular one is gonna be Hide and Seek, just so you guys know. And yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. I feel like one thing that I'm gonna preface before I get into this ranking is that a lot of people try to critique songs in their rankings. I just want to say that just because I rank a song low or high does not mean that a song is good or bad objectively speaking. It's just more so my personal taste. We're also going to go through this album ranking in the track listed order on the Monstercat website, which is how I've organized all of these going on here. So the number 1 song right now on the site is Slushy's Dreaming of You, which will be the first one to go. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. If you guys enjoy this, I have a couple more tier list rankings that I've been considering doing and maybe even considering collaborating with some people, but I'm not too sure yet. Anyways, I'm also premiering this, which hello all of you people who are watching right now. I think by now people should have been watching, so we'll just get started and we'll see how mad or happy I can make people. So yeah, here we go. So I guess we'll start off with Slushy's Dreaming of You. So I think Slushy's Dreaming of You is a good average song to start off with. I wasn't too impressed by the track, but I do think it was pretty alright. We're gonna put it as a D tier. Conroe's Remember You. The track was re-released with a chill mix. I'm probably gonna have to put it in the D tier as well, but if the chill mix made it on, I probably would have ranked that as a C tier. Fences. I'm personally not too big a fan of Vicetone's music in general, but seeing that they released stems for Fences, that's actually really exciting. I'm actually gonna have to put Fences at E tier. Color, let me tell you, I've never been that big of a fan when it came to like Grant's music. I always kind of thought that people overhyped his music quite a bit, but Color is actually going to be a huge exception here. I've absolutely loved Color, and I love the way that Grant has been moving with his design and his music, so I'm actually going to put this as an S tier. Ooh boy. Closure by Slumberjack and Eagle-Eye. I thought it was an alright song, but I don't really think it's anything to be too hyped up about. We're actually going to put that for C tier. Faint track, probably an E tier. I don't know. Faint hasn't really been too impressive in my opinion. Rogue's Ocean, it's probably going to be should I make it a B tier or an A tier? It's not an S tier, but it's still pretty good. Maybe an A tier. I do plan on going through all the tracks and kind of rearranging them before I finish. Let's see, Eden? I'd give it a solid B. It's a good track. I bop to it. Dion Timmer's Internet Boy. I'd put it as a C. I like the track. I used to pronounce this artist's name completely wrong. It's Bracken, not Bracken. Bracken, wherever you go. Man, the most hyped up, unexpected release. I'm gonna put him as maybe a D. Yeah, a D. I thought the track was pretty good. I think some people loved it a lot because it was the artist, in my opinion, and some people hated it a lot because it was generic electropop or whatever. I'd say it's, around the middle. Grant's Wishes. My goodness, people have been waiting for so long for this track to release. It's not an S tier. It's not an A tier. I'd give it a B tier. Ooh boy, I'm gonna make the Reddit angry, am I? Half an Orange. What track is this? Half an Orange is Given Up. I'd give it a, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna have to give it down to probably a D tier. Ooh, another controversial opinion. Now, people say that this song is badly produced for one reason or another. I'm probably gonna give it a B tier. We're gonna give it a nice B tier, despite the wobbly bass that goes on in that track. This is a good track right here. A good track. Might I dare to actually rank this as an S tier. I'm really happy that this track actually made it on, and not only is it by Infected Mushroom, but they've actually included credit for Tuna, I believe, and the vocalist as well. The original upload didn't actually contain any credit for those two artists, so it's interesting to see, and actually great to see that they attributed credit to that as well, because it's not really an original song, but more so a licensed remix, for lack of better words. Trevecta's Tornado, I don't know, man. I wasn't too hot on it. I was surprised to see Trevecta on Instinct, and I was expecting maybe some House, because they've done that before. Yeah, I'd give it a D tier. B-Shoes Control, probably my favorite track from the EP, if not my favorite, this is my second favorite. I'd give it a B tier, a thick old B. We're on our way to Rootkit's Voyage. Is it Voyage? I don't actually remember. I'm trying to look at the track list as I'm going along. Yes, Voyage. All right. Honestly, I like Rootkit's Voyage. I'm gonna give it a nice A. I think it's not as good as Taking You Higher, but it's like about as equal length, I would say. Cloud Nun's Blue to Blue. I overplayed this track a bit. I'm not too big a fan of Blue to Blue anymore, but I still really like it. I'm gonna give that a solid B tier. Doomu. I absolutely love Doomu, and this track is no exception. It's nowhere near my love and appreciation for Forward, but I'm gonna have to give it I'm gonna give it an S tier. Dumu's You Say featuring Pauline Her, definitely an S tier. The Trevecta of artists, Direct Kilobyte and Matt Van, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, definitely an A tier. I'm not exactly sure if I feel like the acoustic is better than the original, but definitely up there. We've got 7 Minutes Dead and MZ. Apparently she made the artwork for this track, and I really like it. I'm gonna have to give this a B tier. I do enjoy listening to this track. Definitely not what I expected from 7 Minutes Dead, but you know what? I don't mind him coming back from his it was at a hiatus? I don't know if it was a hiatus. He was definitely working as Orbiter, but nevertheless, I do enjoy this track pretty nicely. Mazzare and Run. Ooh, I'm probably gonna have to say that it's actually a D. I'm gonna have to put this one as a D tier. Yeah, it's not a bad track. It's just nothing too special for me. Vice Tone's Home. Now, I saw some people were sad to see that Vice Tone Home over Road Feels Like. I think Home is my favorite track from the EP, so I'm actually gonna give it a C tier. If it was Feels Like, probably would have rated it lower. We're back to the Sarawak EP with Hide and Seek. I listened to way too many remixes to be able to enjoy this track anymore, but on an objective level, I still think that this track is pretty alright, so I'm going to give Hide and Seek a solid C tier. Ooh, this is another good track that I was getting pretty sick and tired of Iobon's style, and I thought I was getting really repetitive. This switch up with Rude Lies I was actually able to enjoy quite a bit. A tier. Oh boy, we have DeZero with Like That. Yep, I'm actually going to give it an E tier. Now, this is going to be an unpopular opinion, probably. At least with some of the people I've talked to, they agree with me with this, but no offense to Mr. Fiji Ouija if he happens to be watching this, but I do personally feel like this track just doesn't quite hit it for me, and I'm going to have to actually put it for F. Might be my least favorite track on the entirety of Instinct Volume 3. Mr. Fiji has made some great tracks in the past, and I just hope he keeps coming back with more. Madoka Poor Surgeon. Now, this was a well-acclaimed track, and I know that some people actually have this. If it was a tier list, they would have it in S tier. It was a good track. I do enjoy listening to it. I'll put it as a B tier. I was considering C and B, but I'm going to put it in B tier. Desert Star's Foreign Land. This is probably my first Desert Star track that I actually enjoy, but I'm probably going to have to put it for a C tier, you know, relatively average. Boop. Hank's Happy Place. Now, I do love Hank's, mainly for their branding, though I do gotta say it's not an amazing per se. Would I put it in D tier? I'm gonna have to put it in E tier, probably. My least favorite off of that EP. Rendezvous. This is a good track. Laszlo made a really great LP. I'm really happy that Rendezvous made it on. I'm actually going to give Rendezvous an A tier. A tier or B tier? I'm going to have to go with B tier actually. Protostar's Feel Your Heart. This is another track that I really like and I did not expect from Protostar, but I do gotta put it as an A tier. I did overplay it a bit. Probably would have been my S tier if I didn't play it as much. Actually, I don't know if I'd say S tier. Like, I really like it, but I just don't feel it enough to be an S tier. A tier is a pretty solid ranking in my opinion. Murdoch's In Touch, let's put it as a C tier. Nothing too amazing, but I do like it, and I also love Murdoch for releasing stems for that track. Much appreciation. Cloud Nun's Juliet. My goodness, I don't know. I've had a huge love and appreciation for Cloud Nun. He's been pumping out amazing tracks, EP after EP. I do feel like though the tracks that have been highlighted for the album are personally not my favorite from those albums. So Juliet, I'm actually gonna have to put it as an E tier, but like if it was any other track I probably would have ranked it higher. End of the Moon. I actually don't remember what End of the Moon sounds like. What did it sound like? I know what it sounds like now. End of the Moon, I'm gonna give it a nice C tier. End of the Moon was a more enjoyable track for me to listen to than Given Up. Not an amazing track either. I think I liked Buzz Lightyear a bit more. I was excited about World's remix, but I heard a preview of it and can't say I'm too excited for it anymore. Regardless, we're talking about End of the Moon original. Solid track from Half an Orange, C tier. We've got another Demu track, which I kind of do like, so I'm going to put it as a C tier. De Zero. I tweeted this out as my favorite from Instinct Volume 3. When I really thought about it, I would probably revise that tweet and say it's not my favorite from Instinct Volume 3, but I still do really like this track. Definitely an S tier for me. That's probably going to be a controversial one. Some people are just like, oh, it sounds generic. It's like, I don't know, man. I think De Zero and FTKS did a pretty good job on that track. We're down to 3 tracks. Blind Spots. Blind Spots, more like, damn, the community was blindsided by that opinion with bringing this track into Instinct. I'd give it a D tier? Maybe not D tier. Let's go with a C tier. Actually, no, we're going to bring it back to D tier. Whoopsies. We're down to 2 final tracks. The better Mazzare track, in my humble opinion. Not by much, but I'd give it a C tier to be above the D tier ranked one. And the final track, Cloud Nun's Out There. This is a track I've had on repeat. The one Cloud Nun mandatory S tier track that we gotta have. And, well, I guess that was that. I'm not sure how long I've been recording for, but I guess this has been a pretty solid album. I guess. Let's see, is there anything I would re-rank and move around? Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Hank, you're going to move down to F. I'm actually going to move down Juliet to F, just so then Mr. Feege doesn't feel lonely. Mazzare, I'm going to move down to E. I'm probably going to move Closure down to D. I'm going to move Given Up to D. Conroe to E. Any people that were happy with where I ranked them, I'm starting to just absolutely destroy my rank. And yeah, I guess this is gonna be my final ranking. S tier, S, A, B, C, D, E, F. I think this is pretty solid. And yeah, I guess this is gonna be my final determined ranking tier list for Instinct Volume 3. Definitely some great tracks in here. You know, it was a pretty average album. I wouldn't say it's outstanding, but it's pretty alright. I'd give it a solid Instinct ranking out of 3. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment in the section down below what your rankings for this album was. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, also, you guys should tell me what types of tier rankings I should do for different things. I already have an idea for doing a tier list ranking of the different albums that Monstercat has released and for EDM labels in general. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video again. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.